I can't do this anymore. Seriously, Avery, I have had enough. You are hopeless, totally useless. I want a divorce. Right now.
Wait, what? Callie, where is this even coming from? You can't just drop that bomb on me totally out of the blue like this.
Oh, come on, don't act surprised. You had to know this was coming. I'm done. I want out. Divorce, now.
You're not even giving me a reason. You just throw the word around like it means nothing. Callie, talk to me. What is this really about?
Oh, please, like you don't know? Don't play dumb. It's pathetic. It's your income, duh.
So, this really is about money again?
Obviously. What else would it be? You had a garbage job with garbage pay, and then you quit. And now it's been 6 months, Avery. 6. And you're still just sitting around.
I quit because I was literally sick, Callie. That job was killing me. You saw what it did to me.
And now you're fine, right? Your health is back to normal, but you're still doing absolutely nothing. You've just gotten comfortable leeching off me and my paycheck.
That's not true, and you know it. I've told you a dozen times that I'm working on starting a business. I'm building something, Callie.
Oh, wow. A business. That's adorable. Look at you, playing entrepreneur while I carry the entire household. Do you hear how pathetic that sounds? And just how are you planning to pay for this new business without a job?
I've done the math on this. First off, I got severance pay when I quit. Second, I reported my company to the government, and they helped me get all the overtime pay my company was holding back on. Plus, I've still got a decent amount of savings to work with. Trust me on this. I've been careful. We're not in any danger of bankruptcy or anything.
You want me to trust you? Trust doesn't put food on the table. Trust doesn't pay the rent. I am sick and tired of living like this. You think I want to do this forever? Watching you mope around, clinging to your sad little plans?
I'm not moping. I've been focused, serious, and working hard. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening.
Give me a break. You're just scared to face the real world again. You're hiding behind your dream business while I go work and earn actual money.
You act like I'm doing nothing, but I've been grinding every single day. You just never wanted to hear it.
Because it's all talk. You've always been too soft, too quiet, too weak. You let your coworkers dump everything on you. You let that job destroy you. And now I'm supposed to trust that you, of all people, can run a business?
I made mistakes, yeah. I trusted the wrong people, but I've changed, Callie. I've grown. I'm not that guy anymore.
Keep telling yourself that. You're still the same pathetic, low-income loser I married. And I'm sick of waiting around for a miracle that's never coming.
So what? You're just walking away after everything? No warning, no discussion?
Exactly. I have wasted enough time already. Honestly, I should be suing you for all the pain and suffering you've put me through. But let's face it, you can't afford it. So I'll just take our joint savings and call it even.
You're taking everything?
Yep, consider it reimbursement for the 3 wasted years of my life.
Callie, don't do this. Let's at least talk just once, calmly, please.
Oh my God, no. I am done talking to you. I've already filled out the divorce papers. They're on the table. Just sign them and drop them off. It's over.
You seriously already filled them out?
I moved out this morning while you were off doing God knows what. I even packed everything myself. I was hoping you'd be the one to leave, but of course the lease is in your name. So enjoy your sad little apartment while you can still afford the rent.
Callie, please, can't we take a breath and actually talk like adults?
Talk like adults? With you? No thanks. I'm done living in this joke of a marriage with a man who has no future and no ambition. It's honestly humiliating.
I'm trying, Callie, I really am.
Not good enough, not even close. I've already wasted too much of my life waiting for you to magically become someone you're never gonna be.
You never believed in me to begin with, did you?
Nope, and I don't feel bad about it either. Goodbye, Avery. I'm off to find someone who can actually afford dinner. There, Avery. It's been, 3 years now since we've divorced? Crazy, huh? That's more than enough time for you to have learned your lesson. Have you finally reflected on how badly you screwed up? I'm sure you have. I figured by now you'd be full of regret and desperate enough to come begging for my help. So I've decided to be the bigger person between us and contact you myself. You don't need to thank me, but I definitely deserve it.
Sorry, ma'am, I think you have the wrong number.
Seriously? Come on, it's me, Callie, your wife.
Callie? Huh. Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. I don't have a wife by that name.
Good grief. I can see you're still trying to act tough, but for real, this just makes you look pathetic.
What do you want? Let's make this quick.
How rude. Look, it's been 3 years since we got divorced, and not once have you tried to reach out to me. Not even a single message. I figured you were too embarrassed about your pathetic lifestyle to say anything, so I thought I'd do you a favor and message you first.
Huh. Well, thanks for going out of your way to check up on me, I guess.
I guess? I'm offering you the opportunity of a lifetime, and all you can say is, I guess?
And what opportunity would that be?
The opportunity to have the honor of being my husband again. That's right, Avery. I've done a lot of thinking, and I have decided to allow you to be married to me again.
Wow, that's quite the offer. Let me think it over. Okay, I thought it over, and I'm afraid I'll have to pass. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Excuse me? Are you seriously still putting up this front? You do realize the one who's going to suffer if you don't get back together with a high-powered businesswoman like me is you, right? Come on, enough pretending. Be honest with yourself for once.
I am being honest. I'm just saying what I actually feel. And how I feel, if I had to say it in a PG way, is no, 1,000 times no, in the name of all things holy, no!
Ugh, unbelievable. You really haven't changed at all since the divorce 3 years ago. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you're earning even less than you were back then.
And what makes you think that?
I saw you, okay? Near the empty train station, there's that empty storefront, right? The one that's supposed to become the third branch of that trendy cafe chain?
Uh-huh, and?
When I was walking by, they were doing interior renovations or something. I peeked in the window, and there you were, wearing a gross old t-shirt and jeans, working like some kind of grunt. You were holding a bucket of paint and a paint roller doing the walls.
Oh, so you saw me!
Oh yeah, I got a super clear look, and I know it was you. So what's the deal, Avery? Are you doing some painting side gig now?
Nah, I'm no painter, and it's not some part-time job either. That's my cafe. I was painting it myself because I care about the details.
Okay, whatever. You're really committed to the bit, huh? Anyway, where do you live now?
What?
I mean, we're getting back together, right? You saw my message. How can we get married again if I don't know where you live?
I'm pretty sure I never agreed to marrying you.
Ugh, come on. What else could your answer possibly be besides yes? You know full well that marrying someone like me with a good job earning a very good income would make your life stable again. A woman like me agreeing to marry an impoverished piece of trash like you? That doesn't happen twice. You should be grateful. So hurry up and give me your address already. I'll tell you all about the wedding that we're going to have.
Callie, seriously?
Yes, seriously. Why wouldn't I be serious? We're getting remarried, and that's that.
And you said I was committed to the bit.
Excuse me?
You sure talked yourself up back there, Callie. All that stuff about being a high-powered businesswoman, being on the fast track to upper management. But you're working part-time, 4 hours a day, 4 to 5 days a week at $10.50 an hour. And from what I hear, you're not even juggling any other jobs. How exactly is that high income?
What are you even talking about? I'm still a full-time employee at a major company. I'm a proper office professional.
No, you're not. I think this all happened around 2 weeks ago. You were having an affair with your married boss, and his wife found out and spilled the beans to your company. You didn't violate any company rules, so you weren't fired, but you were so humiliated by the whole thing that you quit voluntarily. And now you're working part-time.
What? No. Wait, how do you...
Seriously? You still haven't figured it out? Do you not even know the name of the person who's paying you right now?
What are you saying?
Fine, I'll just say it. You work for me and my wife.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Let me put it plainly. I'm married and I'm also a business owner now. That cafe you started working at recently, the one where you're doing part-time shifts, I run it. I opened the first location a few months after our divorce. It went well. So well that I turned it into a corporation of which I'm now the CEO, and I directly manage the original branch. As for my wife, she was one of the original staff members during the opening of that first location. Now she's the manager of our second location, the one you're currently working at.
Wait, hold on a second. You mean that woman? The manager? The one running the cafe? She's your wife?
Yeah, that's right. We got married 3 months ago.
What the hell?
I left the interviews and hiring decisions for the second branch to my wife. Then one day she mentioned she'd hired a new part-timer. She told me the name, and it turned out to be you. To say I was shocked would be putting it mildly. But I thought, that's odd. You had a pretty good job back when we got married. Whatever happened to that? So I asked around to some associates and did a bit of digging, and that's when I found out. You know, about the affair with your married boss.
Oh my God.
My wife didn't know who you were when she hired you. She had no idea the new part-timer was her husband's ex-wife. When I told her, her face just froze. It was total stunned silence.
You think you're shocked? What about me? I had no clue you were running a cafe.
I told you I was preparing to start something, remember? But every time I tried to explain what I actually wanted to do, you cut me off. You'd say things like, I don't want to waste a single second of my day listening to your feverish dreams of success. Or, there's no way you're gonna make anything of yourself, so why bother explaining it to me? I'll find out eventually when you declare bankruptcy. You never even tried to understand. You never once actually listened.
I listened to you. I forgot, okay?
Anyway, let's keep this conversation moving. When it came to hiring you, we decided to let you work for a while and see how it went. But honestly, if this feels too awkward for you, you're free to quit. If you can keep things professional and separate work from personal stuff, we don't mind letting you stay. So what's it gonna be?
Obviously, I'm quitting. There's no way in hell I'm working for you and your wife. That's beyond humiliating.
All right, got it.
Ugh, I seriously thought I'd lucked out getting to work at a popular cafe. But thanks to you two, I completely wasted my time.
Well, if you'd bothered to check the company website, you could have figured it all out in one click. I'm right there on the message from the CEO page. Sorry to have taken up your time.
Screw you and your stupid cafe.
What are you even trying to do here, Callie? Your lawyer called me this morning and said you want to sue me for alimony? Are you serious?
Yeah, and I have every right to get money from you. You never told me you owned a whole cafe. You were hiding that money from me. I had no idea you were running some fancy business.
Because I wasn't. I launched my cafe after the divorce. None of that existed when we split. You know that.
But you had plans. You were obviously working toward it. You didn't just wake up and build a whole store overnight.
So what? You think you're entitled to my future just because you were around in the past?
You cheated me. I only agreed to just take our joint savings during the divorce because I never thought you'd become anything.
You didn't just agree, you insisted on it. You said you didn't want anything else, and I gave you the entire account without a fight.
Yeah, well, I'm broke now, okay? You could have at least offered something. We were married.
You really want to go there? I think you should know your lawyer even told me you don't have a case. He only called me because you insisted on it, and he could bill you for the whole conversation.
He did? That traitor!
You should have listened to him. It would have saved you a couple $100 for a friendly phone call where we both were ripping on you the whole time.
Please, just help me out a little. I'm struggling here.
You made your choices, and now you live with them. Don't call me again. A few weeks later, I heard from a mutual acquaintance that Callie had tried to file the lawsuit herself after her lawyer backed out. She was convinced I'd been hiding money from her, even though my business only took off after the divorce. The court saw right through it. They tossed the filing immediately and fined her for wasting their time. She had to pay administrative penalties and court fees, which only added to her financial crisis. Last I heard, she was working double shifts handing out samples in a mall food court, still telling anyone who'll listen that I stole her future. But me, I've got peace, a growing business, and someone who actually believes in me. I'm doing just fine.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.